the rough foundation. Sometimes life is harder. Yes, we know. You think you lost everything. Oh no.
You yourself, you're concerned that there's no way you can take yourself to get help, because otherwise people would think that you're the worst drunkard. That's why they try their best to deny, defend themselves, and that's why only one, even claiming that you have come on your own also, there must even be a condition that moved you to claim that you thought of coming. That is the thing. I am talking like this. When people ask me, why did you start part? They think that perhaps I went to university and studied about alcohol, about addiction, and then now let me start. No. I grew up in a family where alcohol was there. I started drinking as a child. Started testing, and then I continued testing until it became a problem. Yes. So there was alcohol in the home. But one thing that I was praying every day that God should give me solution to the problem, because the problem was there. My parents were grateful, and then it was not nice to stay in a home like that. My father could not even afford to pay the school fees that I was paying. My mother was brewing alcohol in order to get some food and so on, and take us to school. So there was already a problem. And to make it worse, sometimes when we drink alcohol or take drugs, we react differently. Some people, they can be quiet. When they're drunk, they don't talk. Others, when they're drunk, they talk, they cannot stop. Others, when they're drunk, they cannot sit down, they will be moving everywhere. Others, when they're drunk, they want to fight. They want to find cold beer, itching. They're not cold, they're not fight, will not be happy. What did you say? Oh, it takes us differently. So for my father, you know that he has already taken when he's coming. He will really announce he's coming. We'll be saying, you start. You're finished now. So now you're flying. Or sometimes we're fighting and then we're going to sleep outside. Is that a nice life? No. So I was praying God to give me a solution to this problem. And I grew up with that prayer. But because I was also very prayerful, come from also very good Christian background. And my home is just very near the church. Every day we go to pray. And I also felt that I want to be a priest. And so I studied. Because, by the way, these addicts are not stupid people. They are very intelligent people. Highly intelligent people. Otherwise, if you're stupid, with addiction, you cannot last long. Yeah, you are very intelligent people. This is a social worker. And if you tell us those who already finished their studies or those who in studies, they've been doing very well. The devil is not happy to see that you're progressing, by the way. So the best weapon is to use these alcohol, drugs, and so on to disorganize you, to destroy you. Yeah? So we're intelligent people. For me, I've always been top in my class. When I was in P3, they were already showing my handwriting to the P7. I said, look at these small boys. You see the way he writes, and you P7. So I grew up like that. And then, of course, I was also introduced to alcohol already. I introduced my alcohol was from home. And then now cigarette from the school. Secondary school. So at the end, I was taking alcohol, I was also smoking. So when I went to the major seminary, the canteen was there. There was even alcohol, there was cigarettes. And say, yeah, so it is allowed. Okay. So they want to see if you can control yourself, if you can take it or leave it. But an alcoholic will be known. So there now we have all types of cigarettes. Sportsman, Benton and Rollers. We have and so on. Yeah. Okay. One time I took this cigarette called Kalikuba. I popped one and collapsed. It was very hot sun. That I never went up yet again. So my drinking continued. I became a priest. Doing well, very well. In fact, there was no work in the houses that I was not entrusted with. And I was put in the cathedral when I was there immediately. I was put a church vocation because of the youth, the choir, everything. I was even a guitarist. I did a lot of things, a lot of intelligence. But still, the drinking was progressive. It's a progressive disease. You don't drink today and become an alcoholic today and then go to a treatment center today. No, it takes time. So until, did you ever hear that the Pope came to Hulu here sometime back? Because you were not yet born. 1993. Yes. The Pope came to Uganda and was in Hulu, praying on the ground. I was supposed to be the master of ceremony when the Pope was here. By that time, my drinking was already beyond average. And so smartly, I was pushed aside. So that's why now they brought those of the present Bishop Sabino of Barua and then the Emeritus Sobudama. These are the people who replaced me. But otherwise, all the function in the cathedral everywhere, I was there. The master of ceremony, I was the interpreter, everything. So that's how I could now started. And then 10 years after the Pope, that's when now I was taken to the treatment center for treatment in Kampala. And so when one of the priests came to me, said, Father, the Archbishop said that there's a program in Kampala, a very good program. And if you go there, and you'll come back and also help others. And say, hey, there, I'm still here. I already knew what he was coming, what he was talking about. He thought it was wise, but I was 3 steps ahead of him. I said, you think I don't know that program? I know. You are talking about Serenity Center. Last year, we were just for ongoing formation near there in Zambia. I think that's what you're talking about. You think I don't know? Yeah, but he insists that he should go. Okay. And when is it? He came to me on the 6th of October. The 6th of October. And I was supposed to go 2 days from that time. I was supposed to go on the 8th of October with the Archbishop to Kampala. And you know what happens on the 9th of October in Uganda? What day is it? Independence Day. These people did not want me to be independent. Can you look at that? That is a very serious abomination. Eh? You stop a priest from being independent and you're thinking to lock him there somewhere that he has problem with alcohol. That is not very nice to hear. What will people say? That they've taken him to Kampala, he's doing is terrible now. That's shit. No, I don't think I can. Since he insisted, of course I refused. But since he insisted, I said it's okay. So you can also refuse by accepting. You see, that is the trick we also play. Yes. And that's the highest trick you can play. You refuse by accepting. And so I said it's okay. You can go and tell him, I'm ready. We can go. And then I consulted one of my classmates. We were drinking together, sharing glasses. I said, my friend, this man came here that I'm supposed to go to Kampala for some program. What do you say? Did you accept? Of course, I not. You don't go. My friend, that is nonsense. It's stupid. Now what do we do? First, we're supposed to go. And then he said, so it's very simple. So we disappeared from where I was staying. Went to a place and then we're there now. Even he had a phone. So at the foot of that phone. So we're there now. Here. So I did not go. The poor man went. So I celebrated. Oh, at least I was independent. I drank and celebrated because I did not go to the prison. Yeah. Now I made up my mind. I am now going back. I am going now to stay without drinking. Not drink now. Finish one day. Finish 1 week. 1 week. I finished 2 weeks. After the second week, I found myself one afternoon just scrolling around from side of the hospital, walking towards St. Mary's Center. There to my old former customer and said, "Hey, Father, you are lost for a long time. Where have you been?" There. "Yeah, sit down, sit down." "Ah, should I drink?" "Sit down, it's okay. Okay. Oh, let me bring you something. Anyway, otherwise people said I'm not cooperative. I'm not social, so they better sit and take something here. That was I went back to square one. So after the 2 weeks, and I was determined that I would do it without any help now, I went back to drink. So I thought they had forgotten about the whole thing. That was October 2002. October, November, December, January, February 2003. By the way, they had a program since then. Again. So this time now I say, let me go. That's why I went for the treatment. I was taken for the treatment. I still try to resist a bit again. To show you that it is not easy for an addict to accept that he has a problem, leave alone going to the treatment center. So when you are here like this, I know this, you know the background of how you came here. And I'm telling you mine to encourage you. So when I reached there, the director showed me his picture when he was also a terrible alcoholic. He was already deacon to be a priest, but then they could not ordain him a priest because of alcohol. So he showed me his malnourished picture when I was drinking, really skeletal. And then he himself now, the present state, with necktie, suit, wonderful man. So that's the founder of that first treatment center in Uganda. And from there again, I tried, said, by the way, can I still go back and talk to the Archbishop before I come back? He said, no, you're not going anywhere now. And it's okay, it's all right. So after 2 weeks, I discovered that, this is what I was looking for. This is the medicine I was looking for. And from that time until now, I was determined to come back and also help people. That's the origin of PACTA. That is the history of my beginning of my recovery, addiction, progression, and recovery. So with that one, I stopped drinking alcohol, but was still smoking. Yeah. So I stopped drinking in 2003, and I stopped smoking in 2007, 4 years after. That happened because of also a serious reason. There was a motivation behind my leaving cigarette. I had a problem with my leg. I was supposed to go to the US for treatment. They said, now, with this situation, going to America there, whiskey also might go to ask for cigarette. And these good-hearted people who welcome you and take care of your treatment. I said it was on a Sunday, Ascension Sunday. I bought one packet of Safari. Does it still exist? Cigarette called Safari. Because I was going to Safari, of course. So I picked one stick, lit it, smoked it. I said, this is the last cigarette I'm going to smoke in my life. And since Jesus ascended into heaven, the smoke will go to heaven, and that will be the last drink, last cigarette I will be taking. And then the last cigarette that I took. So that was 2007. 2004, when I came back from the treatment center, I decided to start an organization that will create awareness about the problem of addiction. And also, it will also offer counseling to those who have the problem. It will also offer treatment options to those who have problem. And that's why I came up with the name PACTA as abbreviation. Now we modify it into Program for Prevention, Awareness, Counseling, and Treatment of Alcoholism and Addiction. That is the origin. And This is the person who has come a long way, and ever since that time. So the 6th of February every year, that's when I remember my sobriety date. Mine is now 23 years sober. They 7 years sober. So 7 plus 23, 30 years sober, you combine the two. Yeah. And I'm so grateful that you have been brought here, whether against your will or willingly. But now that you are here, with the sharing that you get from them, with the medication that helps with the craving and withdrawal, with the sharing among yourself, you can realize that you had a problem and your life has become unmanageable. And normally I say there's no problem that alcohol will solve or drugs will solve. And there's no problem that alcohol and drugs will not make worse. So you have a problem, now I drink because I have a problem. You wake up in the morning, is the problem gone? Yeah, even double. So before I left the US, they brought me some kind of toy, a cigarette, and then I didn't know that you press and then it would sing to you. Don't worry, be happy. Every life has problems. If you worry, you make it worse. Don't worry, be happy. This is the thing. So I am now very happy, and I've done so much within the time that I stopped smoking, stopped drinking. And I started that treatment facility, fortunately, in a small plot of land that I bought 6 years after I became a priest. I was tempted one time, somebody came to me in 2002. Hey, Father, I heard that you have a plot there in Pogod. Can you sell it to me? Now, what would be your reaction? Listen, I'll tell it. Money is coming out. And I thought, no, so no selling. That is what saved everything. That's inspiration because God knew there was a need for that. So now, when I started Pacta, you would go here, people would say, oh, you have no place. I have no place where. And now I'm going to use this small place that God gave me there. I planned to buy a long time ago and begin from there. And now, when you go there, you see, we started from a small place, we continued. Now we have a place which is helping so many people. We have clients from all over Uganda and clients from South Sudan, some even from Kenya. There was even one from US one time, and one from Liberia that recently discharged and is now going to study here in Gulu. And 16 years, the mother was crying and weeping because of the son. Until the first time, miracle happened, and the mother is very happy now. So your being here is because God loves you, and God wants you to be okay. And thank you so much, Dale, for the sacrifice, and continue with that. Be an example. You know that an addict has better influence even on another one. I can talk to you from experience, with testimonies, with conviction, and that can help you very much. And that's why also you can support one another by sharing these AA meetings or Narcotics Anonymous meetings. You share with one another. You share the experience, the strength, and hope with each other. So that may end up be a common problem. Never regret that you have stopped drinking. Never regret that you are here. Thank God. We are living on borrowed time. You have most of your friends. I'm sure some of your friends are dead. But God still said, I still need you alive. So don't go back. Make the best use of this borrowed time that God has given us. God is making the best use of his time. I'm trying to make the best use of mine. And you also try to make the best use of yours. From now onward, I will try my best to be in touch here, at least if possible once a month if I can come here. And also try to arrange It also from factor, you can get at least one client, recovering client, or one staff, at least to come once in a while also to share with you. And then since you already first 11, so I'll organize another first 11 from there. And some
Football match.
sobriety football club, football games. It will be very, very great impact. So thank you, Dale. Thank you, the staff. And thank you to you, my fellow client. Remember, the disease is not curable. We only stop the progression. And once you have stopped the progression, you will remain stopped. But if now some, because the most affected and the worst part of our sickness, the brain that has been affected. Millions of brain cells have been destroyed. And that's why we have very impaired judgment, erroneous judgment, very sick brain. Yeah. By the way, you can there's some computer wizards here, some sort of playing from you around. That one is the central processing unit. Once the virus goes there, which has already gone because of our drinking and so on, it takes time to format the hard disk so that we install new Windows. What they're doing here is installing new Windows here. So that with that new window now we begin to see things, begin to understand, and then begin to start a new life, which is started and is now living for 7 years. And I'm also with the new software there, 23 years sober and doing great. The sky will be the limit when you're sober. You will go and finish your studies if you have not yet completed. You will go and resume your work if you are working. You are now going to get at least the real wife, not the other one. Remember that your wife was a con or a yacht. A con for us here is the con is the alcohol. A con is the female. A con is the male. So for you are married to a con, and that's to alcohol. And a con is a very jealous wife, by the way. Doesn't want any other. In fact, alcohol is a monogamous. One man, one woman. And so you've chosen a con, you've chosen alcohol, the other one became an appendix because it was no longer of use. And that's why sometimes you even runs away or you throw her away because you don't have time for that. But now you'll get a real wife and maintain that. So thank you. I pray for you, and I pray that this place that started less than a year ago and is running very fast will continue the right course. And the Lord may continue to bless you with prayer. When you leave here, please go and become apostles, disciples, others, telling others. And what step is that? The 12th step. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of this step, we carry the message to others who are still suffering. There are many who are suffering there. When they look at you, they will be ashamed. And so the best they can do is to make sure you go back to them to drink. And if you go back to drink with them, then they say, you see, this is a useless thing. You waste your time there. If you maintain your sobriety, they will want to be like you. They're only ashamed. That's why they want to call you to them, because they will be insulting them. Say, look at this one. Peter is doing very well. Well, what are you? What are you? Why is he continuing like that? So in the end, now they will come to you and say, now, what can I do to be like you? It's now the right time. Now you can share your story with them. Encourage them. If need be, start a meeting with them or recommend that they're taken for treatment. Then you will have done your 12 steps. But you will speak more with your life when you're sober than with your words. That's why I can speak more. So when I came back to my treatment centers, my classmates were there. We were 3, always together. So one of them welcomed me with a sacket of Uganda Warege. Was excited, welcome back. So really that they had to detain you there for 3 months. But anyway, so here's something. I got it, was smiling, said, he's back. Looked at him, I put it in my pocket, said, I'm not going to be left alone. I got it from my pocket, handed it back to him, said, you don't drink? Said, no, I don't drink. From that time until now, then it's now they say, I leave that man alone, doesn't drink. I pray that you continue like that. There are people who attempted to start treatment center. They relapse together with the clients. It happened. One started the treatment center, became excited. Said, oh, this is my birthday, so I think we need to celebrate. They brought alcohol and they celebrated. That was the end of the center. So he's not going to do that. The prayer doesn't do that. Imagine tomorrow you hear that father started drinking. Can you even imagine that? But it's possible. Everybody's just one glass away. So that's why every day I must work on my until, as I said, until the last nail on the coffin. That's when you say you have not finished the race. You fought a good fight, you have reached the finish, and you're only waiting for the crown from God because you have done your best. So this theme is so important. And conclude, but therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new life is here. He has finished, he has run the race, he's still running. The finish will be when he's buried without having gone back to grave. And that's my prayers. And also my prayers for you that please be sober one day at a time. You can manage one day. God created us to manage one day in our life. By the way, we have only 3 days in our life. Do you know the 3 days that we have? Anybody who knows the 3? We have only 3 days, not 100 years, so not 6 years like mine. We have only 3 days. What is that?
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
That's the 3 days you have. You have yesterday. Can anybody bring back yesterday? Even if you have billions of shillings, you will never bring back yesterday with all the good things and bad things. So leave that alone now. It's gone. Yesterday you drank, you defecated on yourself, you were just rescued from the road and all this. That is gone. Well with it. Then today is the only day that you have. What about tomorrow? Anybody with tomorrow already with not around the corner? Keeping the tomorrow there. You don't have any tomorrow yet. Suppose you die today, there's no tomorrow. What you have is today. And today what you have is now. So if you don't drink now, you will not get drunk now, you will be sober now. And then when you go to bed, thank God that I am sober. Celebrate that one day. So every single day, 24-hour plan. Every single day, you wake up in the morning, say, God help me not to drink today. Go to bed. You finish, go to bed. Thank you for helping me. That every single day will add up to 23 years. Will add up to 50 years. That is the secret. 24-hour plan. Don't promise. We have made a lot of promises. We never work. Don't promise that. Oh, we never. By the way, have you taught them alcoholic national anthem? You know the national anthem of alcohol. For Uganda, it's oh Uganda, may God uphold it. For the alcoholic, the national anthem is I will not drink it again. I will not drink again. I will not do it again. That's the anthem. And then tomorrow, drunk, dead drunk. So let's vote that national anthem and be sober today. Don't drink today, be sober today, be happy today. And then thank God for that day. So thank you so much for this moment that God has given us. I have not abandoned you. I am with you. May not be here physically, but I am with you. And I will make sure this center is promoted highly. All right. And the best professors for this kind of program are people who have been there. He's the number one professor here for addiction treatment. Moreover, has added by even studying counseling. This is incoming. After recovery here, you have gone back and so on. Or you can even volunteer. Said, I would like to continue. Grandfather's here. And then you add to big number. I'm already adding this one here. When he finishes, we'll have absorb it. And then he will continue to help others. For me, I'm already. Tomorrow, I'm going back to the father already. Absorb my time. Finish the good fight. Life must continue. So, one of you also later said, this one has been sober for 2-3 years. You go to volunteer at the Rapp's Foundation or at Pacta. because I'll absorb you as a volunteer and you will do great things. So I can talk until further notice, but I think for now, this should be enough. That just thrown left and right, but the most important thing is that it's possible. You've done it 7 years, it's possible. I am now 23 years sober, plus some few months because 23 was in February this year, plus about five months also on top. So thank you so much. Thank you, Wilfred, for standing by Dale. No, I've been struggling with him.
Empowering individuals to overcome addiction and mental health challenges. It's our mission.